Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Austin Davis. We are on one of our first bids with Christmas lights this season. It's October 1st and we are excited for Christmas lights. This is one of our customers, our power washing customers that we have reached out to with one of our blast text messages, which I will tell you a little bit more about in the car in a little bit. But first thing I like to do when I'm approaching a house as far as Christmas lights goes is I kind of want to take some pictures. So I'll take a picture of this section, and then I'll go around to the side section. Just take a couple pictures of the property. The customer is in Aspen for 3 weeks, which is super cool. And we all know who they're voting for this election time. Oh, that's funny. And so I'll just take some photos of the house, and that way I can upload it into Jolly Lights. That way I can send the customer some mock-ups. I'm also gonna go around the house with a measuring stick and kind of measure out, just kind of get a rough layout of the measurements of what I'm gonna need here. It's kind of funky. We have all these different angles here. So what we'll probably do with the lights is we'll probably just go from these gutter lines. So we'll go boom, 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 boom. And then we'll probably give her two options with the lights just going on the gutter lines, like the edges of the property. And then we'll also give her an options for the edges of the property plus the ridges, which would be the upward, upward angles of the roof section. You guys know what I'm talking about. We just installed lights on my property and it looks absolutely fantastic. Went with the candy cane option, so pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty festive this year and I'm really excited about Christmas lights. So we'll just go over here, take some photos, and I'll show you a little bit about the Jolly Lights app, which is what I use to send mock-ups to my customers. And if you guys are not familiar with Jolly Lights, super powerful. The ability to just kind of send up a mock of someone's house and send it to them, or even not even just send it to them, just like hold it right in front of them, right in front of their face. Like, hey, look, this is what your property could look like when we get lights on it. Super powerful. This property is obviously fantastic. We're gonna go back to the car here and get it all drawn up. All right, cool. So we are back in the car, and obviously the first thing we want to do before we send off an estimate, or at least attempt to, or kind of get some mock-ups for our customers, is we're going to want to find out exactly what we're dealing with. So I'm going to go ahead and do the best I can to get some measurements here. I want to figure out exactly how much linear feet we're talking about. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Google Earth. I'm going to measure out the second story, because obviously we have kind of a second story here, and then we have our first story roof sections right here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the second story. And I'm gonna do the best I can, guys. This is not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be several people in the comment section, Austin, it's not perfect, it's not perfect. If I can get close, give or take, 10, 20 feet, I think I'll be okay. Obviously this is a big job, so we're gonna make money regardless. So we have 170 feet for the first section right here. I'm just gonna kind of memorize that, 170 feet. And I don't need to go all the way to the back here because this is all covered by woods. I can tell you right now, our customer's not really gonna be interested in doing all the way back there. So we have an additional 60 feet, 60 plus 250 is 310 feet for just the second story. Cool, it's about 160 foot. So we have 380 plus 160. That's gonna be 540 feet of total lights. Now guys, remember that is just the edges, that is not the ridges. So what I like to do in this particular case is I'll call my customer, or I'll go ahead and explain this in the estimate, that we have one option which would just be the edges, which is pretty traditional, and then we have an edges plus the ridges. Now a lot of customers do like to go for those ridges. It's kind of the complete Christmas light look. It's the same thing we did on my house, which looks awesome. When I'm talking about ridges, guys, I'm talking about these little sections right here. Boop. This, boom, 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 boom. By the way, guys, if you guys are getting any kind of value from this video, do hit the like button. I'm trying to make this a really short and information-packed video for you guys that are just going out there and getting started on Christmas lights. So if you guys are getting any kind of value, hit the like button. Hey, also hit the subscribe button. That'll really help us out. All right, into Jolly Lights app. Now, to my knowledge, this is only available on the iPad. It could be available on Android, but it is not available on the iPhone. You must have an iPad. Now, let me show you guys what's really cool about Jolly Lights. So I'm gonna go over here and create a new scene. I will use this scene right here, which is gonna be the garage side of the home. We'll use this kind of green Christmassy type border, kind of get it all buttoned up looking cute. We'll go here to photo, we'll hit strand, and we're gonna start building our Christmas light strands. Now check this out, I can actually build some strands here. And check this out, I'm gonna make the spacing a bit bigger. make the bulbs bigger. Check that out, guys. Now we can keep on going with our strand here. Boom, boom, boom. Check out that strand. Now we already know the customer wants white lights, so, and I can actually kind of go over here and even change the color of the lights depending if they want kind of a candy cane look. Check this out. I can go over here to colors. If they want white and red, I can select red and it'll turn white and red. I have all different kinds of colors, which you guys can get from certifiedlights.com, which is where we buy all of our lights. So depending on what the customers want, you can kind of build it from there. Boom. I'm actually going to kind of zoom in here and make sure I get it close. Boom. And then we'll end it there. Cool. They get the idea. That's about the correct spacing, about the correct cut, the correct color. That's the correct line pretty much right there. And of course, we're going to see a Jolly Lights ad. So we'll wait for this to finish. Now I can actually kind of go over here to photo and darken up the photo to make it look like we're actually in this dark. Look how much better that picture looks. Now I can kind of go over here to save. I'll save the image. Now, when I go over here, I can actually screenshot this photo and include it in the estimate that I send to my customer. I can also screenshot this photo and then send it over to my customer and say, hey, look, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, this is kind of a mock-up of what your house would look like. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect, picture. I mean, we can't really tell them exactly, the difference between a picture and what it actually looks like in person is miles different. But it's a really cool platform that you can show your customers. They can kind of get an idea of what their house would look like, and it makes the estimate process a bit more powerful. Now, the next question a lot of people might ask is how we got this job. We got this job by marketing to our customers. Now, if you guys are in my 6-figure pressure washing program, which will be the link down in the description, it's literally $40. You guys can jump in there and can cancel anytime. Or if you guys are in the service industry, you guys have been in business for any amount of time, you guys should know the power of a customer. We sent one text message to 3,500 clients and got 150 responses back within a couple hours. Of those 150 responses, we have 60 text messages back, 60 of those people that said that they were interested in a service. Of those 60, about 40 of them actually said that they wanted some power washing services and were good on lights. They're okay with lights. They're interested in power washing, a power washing service, which was really cool. So we basically got 40 leads of power washing clients that we need to go out there and service. Now that leaves us with 20 actual Christmas light leads that I'm attending to right now, and this one was one of them. Now, if you guys want to send a text message to all your clients, it's very, very simple. One thing that I think is really crucial is having a picture of a Christmas lights house. We used just one of our ones from last year from one of our guys, Ryan. He installs a lot of Christmas lights, and we used some of his work right there. It's really powerful to have a picture because that gives people a visual, and it's very hard to kind of communicate perfectly on what something will look like with words. Having a picture is super powerful. So picture, and then hey, and then include the first name, and any kind of CRM or text message blast service that you use, you guys can plug in the first name and it'll auto-populate the first name of every customer when they send out the mass text messages. Hey, customer, or hey, John, this is so-and-so with so-and-so company. I'm reaching out to you because we're installing Christmas lights this season, and we want to offer you a 10% discount for being a loyal customer of ours. Would you be interested in a free, no obligations estimate? ? Very, very simple. Picture. It's not salesy. We're putting feelers out there and we see what we can get back. So if you guys have been in business for a couple years, I very, very much encourage you to send out a blast text messages to all your clients. That is a very, very easy and cheap way to get started in your Christmas lights business. Alrighty, guys, we are back at the house after basically a very small afternoon of some Christmas light estimating. Okay, I went on 3 bids. One of the customers was not there. That was that big, massive house, the first one that we were on, or actually the only one of this video. I wasn't able to film the extra 2 because I was with customers there. And I haven't got any yeses so far. I did my presentation. I'm very confident about it. I'll follow up. We'll do that whole thing. This is my first year doing Christmas lights, guys. So I'm not going to come on YouTube and act like I know everything about Christmas lights, and you guys should listen to me on all that crap, right? Hopefully what I've done with my YouTube channel is I've shown you guys how I did something and not tell you guys what to do. I mean, this is a video library, a video log of my business life for the last several years, and as I learn, I post on YouTube, and if you guys get anything from it, great. If not, cool. Stick around, throw a like, comment down below, subscribe, right? But these are some things that are really helping me out as far as just getting the customer to see exactly what I'm doing, right? So the text message that we sent all of our clients with the full HD picture, that gets a lot of responses. I got a 10% response rate. 3,000 customers, I'm sorry, a 5% response rate. Honestly, on a lot of advertisements, you're lucky to get a 1 to 2%. We got 5%. Has a lot to do with the text message itself, plus the picture, actually more to do with the picture, right? There's a visual representation. 3,000 customers, 150 responses. That's very, very good. I think most marketing companies will tell you that. We come to the house, we have an iPad, Jolly Lights, we take a picture. Hey, this is what the mock-up of your house would look like. That's an extra visual representation, something that your customers can see. It's one thing to read something, or it's one thing to hear you say something, but for them to see something, it's almost like, two forms of communication. It adds that extra layer of power there. Also, something else that's been really helping me as far as just getting excitement about lights, because I've been on at least 10 bids in the last couple of days, is having this little lights necklace. I show up all jolly, like, hey, it's Christmas time. We're not here talking about power washing like we did a couple months ago when we serviced you. We're here talking about Christmas lights. And I made this little Christmas light necklace. Obviously, it duals as a necklace, but its sole purpose actually is to showcase what our lights actually look like. So we have a cool white, a warm white, an orange, blue, green, and we have a red right here, right? And so what I can do is I can go over to the wall and unplug this and plug it into an outlet, and I can show our customers what exactly these lights look like. Go into their house, into a dark room, and show them how bright these lights actually are, and compare it to these Home Depot lights that are cheap, barely functional. You don't know if it's going to work or not. The integrity isn't there. They're not as bright, so on and so forth. So just kind of remember this as you're kind of, going into power washing bids, have before and after pictures, something that your customers can reference. You're going into Christmas lights. Hey, these are the same customers that we're working with power washing, right? Show them what you're talking about, build the value in the lights, come in there excited, use free software like Jolly Lights. So our goal for this year is to do 100 grand in Christmas lights. And basically, hopefully we should be able to get there with somewhere between 60 and 70 clients. We'll see. We're not exactly looking to price totally out of the park. We are looking to scoop every single customer we can get. We're almost kind of treating this like a brand new business, right? This is a new service that we're adding into our 6-year $1 million power washing business that we have. This is a new service, almost like a new little business entity within our business. Brand new DBA is what I'm thinking, and we're gonna try and kind of build an actual book of business here, and we can see what we can do with it. So if you guys want to stick around for our Christmas light journey this year, I'd love to have you. Subscribe down to the channel, hit the like button, comment down below what you want to see next. And again, we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. So if you guys can hit the subscribe button, that will totally help me out. Without further ado, see you on the next video.